Good evening. This is Eric with United Realty Group. As you may know, we like to do a lot of roofing businesses and air conditioning businesses, commercial, essential type businesses. We're a business broker here since 1989. I'm a top producer. We have 4,000 agents in my office with United Realty Group. I'm number one as far as business brokerage, volume, and transaction amounts. And I have a very, very nice team that I work with. Long story short, we have prospective buyers that we want to talk to about other people's businesses that are interested in selling. If you are sincere and really interested in selling, we want to go further and get to know you better and hone in on how to get you the best deal quickly, whatever you might need. We'll find out the reason you might be interested in selling as well. My cell phone is 954-562-2019. The website is ericsellmybusiness.com. And today I'm just going to take a 10-15 minutes. We've sold businesses like this. I have a closing on Friday for a roofing company for $500,000. I'm going to show you that contract in just a minute. So I'm intimately familiar with roofing. We've done a lot of it. AC, plumbing, electric, things like that. I'm going to show you the brokerage association to show you what solds have done. But first, if I may, let me just give you a quick commercial. Here's a brochure. This is me. I'm in all the photos. Happy buyers, happy sellers. It is a job to get us there. It is a job to make this happen. It's not as easy as it may seem. But here's my cell phone, Facebook. Here's my residential website, which I don't really use right now because I'm strictly small business. Eric Sell My Business and Biz by Eric, those are directly to me. I've been a member of the Business Brokers of Florida Association since 2008, so I'm going on 13 years. It's only a 20-year-old association. I've been a licensed realtor since '89, so I've done tens of millions of dollars worth of transactions. Comprehensive database, pre-qualified cash buyers. Currently, we have almost 10,000 prospective buyers over the years that we still are in touch with. People looking for specific niches or businesses, we know who they are. It cuts down on marketing time. If you already have preloaded buyers from previous efforts, we have that. We offer a free TV set if you meet certain criteria as far as pricing and being able to substantiate the financials and different things. That's in the listing agreement. If we should get that far, you'll read it. They're over 30 years in the industry, dedicated, experienced team of professionals. You met a few of us already on the phone. Comparative market analysis, pricing strategy, customized global marketing, staging, high definition video, supervised showings. We do everything. It's a one-stop shop, and we're especially in small business. Construction, you fall into the heading of construction, but we also do landscaping and different essential type businesses. These are some of the sites that we pay to advertise on. I'm currently spending about $50,000 a year to promote the listings that have entrusted us with their most valuable asset, which is usually the business. And in 2017, we had 16 offices. Today we have 20 offices. We just opened an Orlando office, which I'm very proud to say. And we also went up from 2,300 agents over to 4,000 agents. So we have grown. Our concept works. Even in a recession, there are things to sell. People need to make changes in their career. This is a roofing contract. I'm going to show this to you, and I'm also going to show you this one as well. These are two recent businesses that we just did. As I mentioned to you, this one, the roofing on the left, is closing on Friday. So by the time you see this, it'll be the same day or next day. And, it's really, it took me a year and a half to get it sold. It was a lot of work. The seller wouldn't come off of his price. Buyers wouldn't come up. Then we had the coronavirus and things happen. Anyhow, it takes a while. So if you are ever planning on selling, you want to be on the market as long as you possibly can, now is the time to start. You don't want to overprice it. I'm going to go over pricing. I'm going to show you exactly what I think it's worth. But this is a contract that the association provides for you. When you're working with somebody from the association, the Business Brokers of Florida, we get to use all their documents, which saves $300 to $350 an hour in attorney's fees. And as you can see here, United had the seller, which was my side, and I also had the buyer. And these were some of the clauses and various things. I just wanted to share with you that we're legitimate and we're serious and we're good at what we do. United Realty Group, Business Brokers, this is the asset sale. This is the stage you want to get to. They don't happen overnight, and it's not an easy thing to get to. But if you let us organize you and you take our advice and if you're motivated, we can get it done rather quickly. We'll find you the best buyer. And this is the BBF. These are some historic solds from last year to this year. I wanted to compare and contrast what's going on in the market. Last year, the association did 1,314 solds. This year, we're not going to get there. There's just no way. We're off, 28%, 65, 84 from last year's number for the first 7 months. The 7 months of last year as an association, we did 745 units with an average of 274 days on the market. Average down payment was 86 cents on a dollar. This year, same period of time, same months, same 7 months, same exact months, including summer and so forth. You have 745 versus 449, 60% of last year's solds. The average days on market is 300 days, 85 cents on a dollar for down payment. Here's the summary of it. We're off by 40%. We're only doing 60% of the sales. So what does that mean? That means you don't want to overprice it because you might only have 1 or 2 shots in the course of a year or 2 on the market to actually get it sold. You want to be sensitive to the fact there's not a line of buyers waiting to buy your business, but we will find the best buyer. Now, we co-broke with other offices. We offer 50% brokerage fee of whatever bounty you put on, as far as a listing, a minimum and a percentage. We offer it to other offices to also cooperate with us and bring us their best buyers. So I have my own retail sites, I have my own networking, I have my own database. I'm spending 50 grand a year promoting my listings. But in addition to all that, I'm pilfering and working with the other agents' buyers. This is why you can't outmatch our marketing, because if you're not an agent, you're not going to be in the association database. If you're not in the association database, the other agents aren't going to work with you. And all the buyers have agents because agents work for free for the buyers because the transaction pays them. It's automatically part of the deal. When they bring a buyer to another association member, they get 50%. That's part of the bylaws of the association. Here's the Business Brokerage Association site. 20 years in business, we have 22,000 solds. All of the agents and teams and brokerages working together to do this. If I clicked on all and I didn't put construction on here, you'd see 22,000 solds, all different sizes, all different counties, over the course of 20 years. For today's example, I'm just going to do all Florida. I'm going to do construction. Construction has all of these subdivisions, right? There's a few hundred categories of businesses, but we narrowed it down to construction and more specifically only roofing. So out of 22,000 solds, I'm saying, show me from all time frames, show me what the construction industry has been selling for. I'm going to take this off and I'm going to show you what's in the database, although they are larger than what I understood your business might be selling. So let me just show you what I have. The businesses that we've sold are 200,000 in sales volume to 26 million. So I can't compare you to these big guys because it's just the numbers are irrelevant. So I just wanted to show you that's in the database so you know that there is a database, number one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back 10 years, which is not relevant for a buyer today. They don't really care what happened 10 years ago, but I need to let enough entries in order to show you some comparables. So I'm going to cut the gross sales off at 500. Now, I was told that your gross sales last year were about $80,000 and maybe your profit is about 40. So we can discuss all that, but I'm going to cap it here because I have to let something in. So I only went back half the length of the association database, most current. Okay, so I come back with 4, all right? And these are the smaller 4 in the way of sales volume. So I'm just going to compare these and show you what these averages were. So here we go. This is the most important number on the whole screen. 1.63. What does that mean? That means if you look at the sold price to what the adjusted net was for these businesses, on average of the 4 from 22,000 solds over 22 years, the average came out to 1.6. So we figure out what your adjusted net is. What is the adjusted net? The adjusted net is all of the benefits of being the owner. Any cash that didn't make it into the bank, that's a benefit, even though it might not have been in the form of a salary. Any personal expenses that your business paid for in the way of entertainment, cars, travel, there's not a big multi-million-dollar business here, but any of the personal expenses, those are what we call add backs. So we would make that into a profit, and then we would multiply it by whatever ratio you want. These guys all tried for more money, but ultimately it took them 455 days, 116 days, 234, 171. The average it took these guys to learn that you're only going to get an average of 1.6 was 244 days on the market. If you go higher than this, if you say, Eric, I'm making 40 grand a year and I want $1 million, you're never going to sell. You're going to be on the market forever. If you're making 40 grand a year and you want 80 grand, well, we look over here, only 2 of them sold for 2 times earnings. So it's 50%, it's half of them that can do that. So we want to be realistic. I don't set the prices, the sellers set the prices, and the buyers either agree with it or you get to keep the business. That's how it works. But I just wanted to share this with you. Again, my cell phone is 954-562-2019. It's ericsellmybusiness.com. We'll list it at any number that you like. We need some financials. We need to know the add backs. We'll get into all that if you want to go forward. If you're serious, we'll get it done. If you want to get it done quicker than the average, then we want to be sensitive as far as what we ask for. Also, keep in mind that there's a new economy, so none of these were sold in 20. We want to look at that as well. So it'll probably be lower than 1.6 and might take a little bit longer than 244. So let's get the marketing started. Love to talk to you. We'll go from there. Thank you. Have a good evening.